everybody, and welcome back to my garage. I'm Wes, and this is Wes Makes Stuff. So today we're going to be working on a new project. Went down to the scrapyard this morning and I picked up some scrap, and there was a really cool thing that I picked up out there. It's not working right now, so we're going to see if it works. If it does, it's a great find. If it doesn't, we'll take it back and scrap it. So what it is a Milwaukee magnetic drill, or mag drill, also called an electromagnetic drill press, according to the logo information here. But I pulled it out of the scrapyard today. Normally these go for between $1,000 and $1,800. $1,800 is for a new one, is what I saw online. But it's actually, well, I've got it on the scale. So that's what it is. Just take away the negative. So it's about 70 pounds. And the growing scrap price for that is about 40 cents a pound, so I paid roughly $30 for this thing, which isn't really bad. Like I said, it doesn't work at the moment, so we're gonna try to fix it. So, it's a little dark, but it's missing a button, but I think we can get that all sorted out and get this thing back up and running. So that's gonna be our project today. Let's get started. So first things first, we need to probably pull this plate off and just take a look at what we got. I'm not exactly sure what the electronics look like inside of here, so we're going to unscrew the motor, attach the power from it, and I'm gonna grab a screwdriver. We're actually missing a screw, so we'll have to replace that. Alright, okay, so, well, I believe we may have found our problem. None of this equipment is plugged up. So, now we have to figure out how it is plugged up. All this was just setting off inside. So it makes me wonder why. Why that is the case. So I don't see anywhere for these to actually plug in as is. Alright, we're gonna pull the magnet off of the bottom. Okay everybody, it's the next day. I ran into a bit of a snag last night when I was working on the mag drill, and I actually ran out of space on my card as well. So what the issue was, this is an older model of the mag drill. It's a 4202, but it's an older model, and so these cables were actually all in this connector, and they've updated this driver board, so now it just takes these blade or spade connectors. So I had to do a little bit of research to figure out how to wire this up to that. It looks like you just take these and put them on the spot on the board that they're supposed to go, and you ignore these completely, but I'm not 100% sure. Also, you're supposed to check the resistance on these through this electromagnet just to make sure that you have the right board. I actually cut this off myself, so I know that whoever had this before didn't try any of this, so I just want to go back and double check and make sure I have the right board before I plug it in, because otherwise I might blow out the board, and the board's worth about $300. So I could easily recoup my money in this if I needed to, just by selling the board. So what I'm going to do next is grab the multimeter. We're going to check the resistance on the magnet, and then if everything checks out, we're going to wire it up with some new spade connectors and see if we can't get this thing running. And then if it's running, we'll go ahead and clean it up and paint it and put it on the shelf. So we got the fluke set up here. We're going to go ahead and check the resistance. 106. Okay, cool. So That means that this is the full wave electromagnet, which means that that controller board should work perfectly for it. So that's good, we're not gonna blow anything up. So next thing we need to do is put on these new spade connectors or blade connectors. I've heard them called both. Also quick disconnect. So I actually changed the connector you're gonna use. This is like 14 gauge wire. So we're gonna use the correct connector for that, which is the 14 gauge, which is the blue one. That's pretty standard across all of these. I don't quite have all my tools organized yet, so sometimes it's a hunt. And today the hunt was unsuccessful. So I have some Cat 5 strippers that would work great for this. But I can't find them. So we're going to have to do it this way. Actually, this is nylon, probably just burn that off. May actually be ceramic. Alright, that's good enough. Let's put this connector on. Alright, and I don't think that we have to do anything with these, but we're gonna kind of test that out. We're gonna put everything back together for grounding purposes. This is giving me a grounding error when I was trying to test it out. Disconnected. This thing to work, you've got to actually put it on some steel for the magnet to activate in order for the drill to come on. So we're going to go ahead and set this up on a magnet, or on a piece of steel rather, and it has to be in a grounded plug. Plug it up. Alright, so we're getting a blinking light. Let's do a continuity check on the ground on this cable. Let's see if we're even getting it ground. That'd be nice if it was just a cable. So we got a good ground. Grounded. Alright. Next step is to dig a little bit deeper and find a troubleshooter guide. Alright, so I just got off the phone with Milwaukee. They're supposed to be sending me over some information as far as why I can't get it working. So what I'm going to do now actually is I'm going to pull the drill. So I did a little bit of digging and I have found our issue. It looks like someone has scraped off a whole bunch of the components from the PCB and damaged a couple of the switches as well. I'm not really sure why. I mean, this thing looks pretty new. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm gonna see if I can get some of those components. Soldering it shouldn't be very hard. I've got all the equipment to do that. So I'm gonna see if I can track down some components and get them coming and see if we can get this board back up and running. So that's gonna be it for a while on this. I'll post some more information on it as I get more. I really don't want to have to buy a new board because they're about $400 or $500. So if we can fix this one and have a junkyard tool for $30 plus some components, which shouldn't be more than $20, that would be awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some research on this, and I'll check back with you guys on this project later. Have a great day. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.